Would I use your login or would I?
I think so.
Oh.
Hello, everybody.
Dun, dun, dun.
You say it like Belt from the Croods. Dun dun dun. Like we're some like ominous force that has snuck up on them. Yeah, if you are here, drop a hello in the comments. Jody's managing the YouTube page. In the comment section. I submitted the Patreon or posted the Patreon link for today's live, admittedly very late. It's been a hell of a week, y'all.
We have been doing things. But
it's also very nice out today.
$9,000 browser tabs open.
Because life. We did get the nursery finished, so that's good.
Very excited.
Oh, and also see that's the blinky that my laptop keeps doing. You've noticed it or not. But also, hi, are you late? Somebody should. Hi, good girl. Hi. Oh, did you think there's no food involved? I know. Hi, pretty girl. Do you feel better? Gorgeous. She sheds, and each time she sheds, she gets like 10 times bigger.
Raquel says they have a party coming up. Raquel, does that mean you're dropping early?
I'm assuming.
Or are you referring to this party?
Or a pretty.
Or pretty fast. Abby's getting Law, who just shed.
Actually.
Both of them?
And somebody else also just shed.
Oh, did he?
Where'd he go? Hi, you were just saying. Where'd you go, sir?
We have a party on the 5th. Yes. That is so. Last year, it's the pre-party to Retic Fest. And I named it Pre-Tick Fest. And Abby hates that name.
It's a really unfortunate name.
I don't see why it's such an unfortunate name.
Should have been Post-Tick Fest for you.
Last year?
Yeah. So we have a freshly shed. What'd she do?
You were. She was just right behind you if she were leaning back.
Oh, I was leaning back. Yeah. We have Bella's. I know, it's not usually.
Large.
She is. She's getting so big. You can take her if you want. She has my sweatpants. There you go, sweetheart. Rah! What's up? Jeremy's here.
Hey, Jeremy.
Oh my gosh. Both these guys are on the same shed cycle right now. So they both shed last night. So they're looking fine and probably hungry. I know you're hungry because you haven't eaten since
we have
19th.
these periods of like boa truck where they're both just potatoes all at the same time.
Well, because they take 17 years to shed.
That too.
Oh, buddy. But yeah, this is these are the only boa imperator's that we have. We have this big boy, Blake. Oh my gosh, you two, and my tie strings for my sweatpants. We have this big boy who's gonna be he just turned 3, right? Yeah.
Either just or is about to.
No, he turned 3 in April.
Oh, he's April.
He's one of the April babies. Yeah.
Sweet pie. We're fine.
You look like she has you in. Like she looks like she's about to arrest you. Is what it looks like. She's trying to apprehend you.
Boas like to be handcuffs. That's one of their favorite games.
Who between us? I was holding both of them and wasn't having this issue. Just saying.
I'm fine.
But yes, so eventually I wanted to show them her. She also doesn't look like she's probably that comfortable. Eventually we are going to be pairing these two kiddos. She obviously has a lot more growing to do because she needs to be bigger than him. But yeah. Yep, this is Twee. That is Law. If you know the Avatar, The Last Airbender reference, then we're automatic besties.
That's a deep cut.
It really is.
I've mentioned Twee's name to one person who's like a big cosplayer, and she was like, as in Twee and Law, and I was like, props for knowing that.
Yeah.
Without
the
explanation. But one person in the entire time we've had it.
Yeah, but push and pull is what their names mean in Chinese. Kind of represented, it's like a yin-yang representation, alternative yin-yang representation. Hi. But these are our two sweetums. Your sweet boas, look at that. She's catching up to him.
She is.
Size-wise, like, I don't know if y'all can see. No, you so can't see. Are you coming over here too? Okay. All right, come on. But yeah, so for genetic people, he is a visual VPIT pause snow. She is a labyrinth IMG 100% het VPI pause snow. So I'm really hoping we can get a VPI IMG pause snow, like all of this visually, if we pair them. And this is why I work out, yes. But yeah, the IMG VPI pause are so contrasty. That would be our hey bye. Hey bye is it's like a panda spirit animal from Avatar. Are you gonna go? She loves him. She's so curious about him. It's really cute. Are you curious about your future boyfriend? She's a little bit more outgoing than Twee. They're both very like chill and sweet. She's just a little bit more active. So, oh really? That's hilarious, Jeremy.
The thing that surprises me about you saying you love West Coast Swing and Shag is that you've heard of them. Like most people, when we say West Coast Swing, they're like, "What?
You swing dance on the West Coast? What's happening?"
And what they're actually picturing is like probably Lindy Hop in their head. West Coast Swing is a very niche thing.
So for those wondering, Jody and I used to be West Coast swing dancing professionals. We used to teach. We used to own a studio. Yeah, we used to compete like all over the country and internationally for a while. I went to Scotland. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we don't do that anymore because it's one, I danced my knees to crap. And two, it's just a lot of time and energy, and the community was just in a very toxic state when we left. So, I mean, it still is, let's be honest. So yeah, we kind of shifted to other things. So we do more like outdoorsy and nature type hobbies, hence the animals. Hi, buddy. You want to come back over? You just want to perch on the chair. They always look so awesome when they shed.
I just recently.
Oh, that's funny. Huh. Yeah, there's some videos of both of us out there. There's not a ton. We stopped dancing right before COVID.
Yeah. We actually, so the building where our studio was, we moved out of there in 2019.
Like December of 2019.
Yeah, December 15th, 2019.
Yeah.
And then we moved to, like, we were just renting space hourly at a different local studio up until when kind of COVID shut everything down. And then that studio closed and then got sold and reopened and closed again. And like throughout all of that whole process, we taught maybe one more set of group classes and that was it. And we were like, well, that's.
So for now, I was also doing a residency program in Baltimore that was like like straight up burnout mode, which I'm also currently experiencing because of other stuff that's going on. But hi, my face. But yeah, I was getting booked at something like 60 schools every year. So it was great. It was a very popular program, which made me really happy. But it was like going to 3 different schools every single day, Monday through Friday, and like teaching 5th graders. It was a lot of, you had to be on the entire time. It was very exhausting.
Yeah.
I see your little face.
She would
Hi, buddy.
she would come back from teaching and she would have like no voice.
I had no voice, and I would have a migraine because we would teach in the gymnasium, because the average class size was like 75 to, I think my largest class was 140 5th graders. So that's a lot of 5th graders. And I was mic'd up and everything. But yeah, between the fluorescent lights and the noise, I would just get like constant migraines, which was no fun. Buddy, you went away. You're being all cute. I mean, you're still being cute.
If you have not,
on you now.
Yeah, if he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
If you have not yet seen YouTube videos of Abby and I competing, you haven't looked very hard, because I'm very Googleable. I have a very weird name, so it's pretty easy.
Maybe that's why you're not Googleable, because people don't know how to spell your last name.
It's also fair.
Yeah.
So, I had
doing. Keeps on flashing.
Yeah, Abby's laptop is flickering, and
yeah,
here this is concerned. Mine has been throwing occasional blue screens, and my B key only works half the time.
Yeah, I mean, my laptop's pretty old.
Our equipment's falling apart over here.
Yeah, which isn't great because all of my stuff is online for school right now. So hopefully it lasts. I have another year of school, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe 2 years, depending on
start
how
doing
it goes. But
contingency planning on that laptop.
Yeah. But anyway.
Anywho, so I had an icebreaker idea, and this totally got started by Raquel and I somehow stumbled onto this question this morning, which was, who is Abby's work husband? The top 2 choices were, is it Aries or Shy? I didn't think of adding Twee into the mix because he's not out and about. Like, it didn't feel like frequently enough for him to really be a contender, although maybe that's just because he's been in Shed for the last 3 months.
Usually Twee and La are the ones I'll pull out like during grad school class. So I'm like on a Zoom call or a Teams call with a bunch of other people, but they don't know that I have a snake in my lap or a snake on my desk because they don't move around a whole lot.
Either that or Shy will curl up literally on her chair right behind her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Shy will sometimes come out.
Like, there are some times when like I'll come downstairs and she'll just have to like yell out, Shy's on my chair, because he's curled up like under a cardigan, and if I don't see him there, like, God forbid I sit down on him.
Raquel's vote is for Aries.
Looks like so is Jeremy.
So is Jeremy, yeah.
I've been outnumbered.
You weren't even in a contender in that.
No, I mean me voting for Shy.
Oh, okay.
No, I wasn't one of the options.
He mentioned that to me right before the live started, like a half an hour ago, and I thought he was going to say something about himself, and no, it was just Shy and Aries. I was like, okay, hilariously, that makes more sense. Because he is usually working when I'm working. Not today. I've been writing papers all day. Hi.
I have been out doing chores.
You too. Do you feel better? You were in Shed for so long. So the nice
Maria
thing.
Float's Aries too.
Okay, well,
totally losing this race.
It's Aries then.
Okay.
So Aries is currently going into another Shed cycle. Aries is going into a Shed cycle. April is in a Shed cycle. We think pretty sure Stella's going to be going into a Shed cycle. Which means, and these 2 just shed. So it means that all of those guys should be not in Shed for Pre-Tick Fest. Cogs might be, he may not.
Yeah, he's growing so fast that it's like.
Cogs.
Yeah,
it's one of the, like, he's in Shed pretty consistently, but I am switching him to every 2-week feedings now, because he's like a small quail is a little too small for him, so, and a medium quail is a pretty sizable meal for him, so we're just going to do a feeding every 2-ish weeks for him, so he'll only get, I think, 1 more meal. What did I feed him Wednesday the 5th? Yeah, he'll only get one more meal before pre-tick fest. So he probably won't be in shed. I don't know. It's a hard call. He is growing like crazy.
Yeah. Sometimes it feels like he sheds, eats, goes back into shed.
Mm-hmm. Cogs is our scrub python. He's a Sarong Maruk locality cross, which, depending on who you talk to in the scrub world, some people think it's awesome. Some people think it's literally a waste of an animal. But we love him. He's awesome. He's gorgeous. So
the reason for that, by the way, is because I think you can't import wild caught scrubs anymore, right?
You can from Indonesia.
Oh, from Indonesia.
You can't.
Not from Australia.
Not from Australia. So, what's up, Jason?
Hey, Jason. Good seeing you too.
Yeah, Jason was at our OR the other day when we were dropping off Picasso. So, oh wow, nice. Yeah, that's a long day, Jeremy. I feel like you deserve a day off. We finished the nursery, so we'll bring you all into the nursery in a hot second to show you that. But yeah, all of that took just a little bit longer than we were expecting. We had to go get some more plants and some more substrate stuff from like the only greenhouse that has like bulk plants like that is about an hour from our place.
Plants, and also like they're one of the only ones that carries like truly organic
substrate.
Like it's hard to find it without either fertilizer or pesticide or both in it.
Yeah, scrubs do look a lot like carpets. They're from similar localities. Like there's the Papuan carpet, there's Papua New Guinea scrubs, there's Australian scrubs. Obviously, there's Australian carpet pythons. There's also scrub locality in Indonesia. Like lots of different localities for both of those species. He gets mistaken for a carpet python a lot when I post him on Instagram, especially the babies. I feel get mistaken for. Hi, does my arm smell good? For carpets. They have very distinct. Once you know what you're looking for, they have very distinct scales on the face. If you get a close enough look at the head, you want to take him?
I was open to.
Oh, boy.
If he will let me.
He's so strong.
He really is.
You're a good boy.
He's holding on to this chair tight.
Yeah. He loves, so I'm scritching his face right now while he's moving his body, and he's not really moving. He tends to really seem to enjoy face scritches right after he sheds, which is really freaking cute. Hi, are you coming back for more? Hi.
He may not be going anywhere. I can't get him to let go of the back of your chair.
Well, now he's coming this way. Are you going to sniff Law? You two. Yeah, sniff each other? He's like a little bit more tentative around her. She's just like, I'm going to climb on you.
Oh, Jeremy, you're waiting on a carpet hatchling? That's fun.
Oh, nice. What locality? Carpet. I'm curious. I'm still on the wait list for Diamond from the Gosford line. Yeah.
Hey, sidebar. We were talking about a little bit about localities and genetics for a hot second there.
Striped Jungle. Nice.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Cool. So I wanted to throw this out there. A few of you are on our waiting list for a hatchling. What made me think of this, Friday night, Maria texted me and she had some questions about potential future pairings and stuff like that. And we kind of stepped through some of like the genetics of, what can pair with what for certain results, or what you certainly shouldn't pair with what, for different reasons. If there are any questions about genetics that you all have, I am happy to talk through like how to do the Punnett squares. If I don't know something, I'll just research it and we'll bring it to another one. Some of the things that are really interesting to know is just which genes are recessives, like anery and albino are recessives, and which genes are, most of the others are what we call an incomplete dominant. So like tiger, golden child, are incomplete dominants. What incomplete dominant means is if you only have one of those genes, you will see the visual morph. If you have two of them, then that creates what we call the super expression, right? So like a super tiger is you've got two dominant. And this time my laptop is the one that crashed. There we go. All right, we're good.
She's coming for you.
2 dominant tiger genes. And the supers are a really good thing to know about if you are interested in breeding, because some of them kind of carry medical problems alongside the super expression of the morph.
Yeah.
So like 2 golden childs, you should never breed together.
Yeah.
A super golden child has all kinds of like neurological problems associated with it. So if there are ever questions like that, ask away. I do at this point Punnett squares recreationally, so I will nerd out about this stuff. However long
Are you gonna make
you guys all want.
an Excel spreadsheet on Punnett squares?
I already do. Morph Market actually, their calculator on orange glows does not work properly. So because we've got Chihaya, I had to fix it. So I've already done it.
Yeah, we're hoping we have our holdback male from this clutch, which is one of the platinum Motley Snows. So we'll wind up pairing him to Chihaya. We have him to pair to Chihaya, and we also have Shai to pair to Chihaya at some point. So, but him and Chihaya have a pretty good chance of making fruit baskets, which is a hilarious name for platinum golden child, or no, platinum orange glows. So that'll be cool. I'd be really interested to see what she looks like for like with platinum added in it, because she's already such a bright yellow. Yeah, we'll have to see. So that's kind of cool. Our little holdback dude is a little shy, so we're working with him a little bit. We have a couple of shy babies from that clutch. I don't even know where. Oh, there's your face. I feel it on my elbow now.
She looks like he's squishing her a little bit. I think she's all right.
Yeah, she's fine. I've been holding them right here.
Okay.
Yeah. Boas are strong too. They can take some squishing.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Where are you going?
You want to come hang out with me? Mom has all of the friends.
She's getting darker and darker.
She really is.
We brought her home about a year ago, I want to say. A little over a year ago. I think we got her in March of last year. March or April?
Something like that. Yeah, because we got her before Cox. Because we essentially started using our dining room to quarantine her, and then we didn't get Cox until she was out of quarantine and down here, and then the dining room became Cox's quarantine spot.
Nice. Jason, you need more visual albino sheds. Yeah, we can certainly do that. The only visual albinos we have are Twee and Chihaya. Are you looking for specific species or just any species of visual albino? Although we can grab baby sheds. I don't know if baby sheds are helpful. I was going to say, wait, what am I talking about? We have a lot more. Now. We have a lot more visuals now.
All of a
sudden. So yeah. Oh, Liz is commenting on. Liz always has such a hard time with getting on the YouTube. I don't know why.
I tried to keep an eye on.
Double check and see. Oh, she was voting shy.
Oh, got it. All right. Well, Liz is on my side. Jeremy, who's Motley and what?
Okay, we're retics for now. Cool. All right, let's get to know Jeremy. Are you talking about Stella? Are you talking about Chihaya?
Oh, the boa. The boa is not Motley. She's Labyrinth.
Yeah.
She is an IMG Labyrinth, but she is het for VPI Snow.
Yeah.
VPI T-Pos. Essentially everything that Twee is visual for, she is het for.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Labby is really the only pattern morph on boas that I really like. Other than that, I just really prefer wild type. So yeah, hi buddy. You Chloe.
Yep.
Scritches. Hey, Scritches. Yeah. And she has like the really she has some perfect lemons on her too from the Labby. Yeah, so she can definitely kind of come off a little bit more motley, but she's definitely a lab. Yeah. Pretty girl.
Yep, and that's just getting kind of like darker and darker every time she sheds.
Yeah, I do like the Labyrinth pattern combo with IMG because I feel like they keep that visual pattern. I'm not a huge fan of like all black or all white snakes without any patterning. Just this is my personal preference. I just like seeing. I think the pattern on snakes is so just gorgeous. So I do like to kind of maintain that if I can with the animals that I have. Pretty girl.
Jason, what are you doing with albino sheds? Out of curiosity. And while we're waiting on that answer, Raquel's asking, did you guys get them from Morph Market or locally?
So we got both of these guys from Morph Market. He is from Alpha Genetics, Josh over at Alpha Genetics, and she is from Al over at
Boa Zone, New York.
Right, Boa Zone, New York. So, but both of them, like Al doesn't advertise it, but she's been super friendly and docile the entire, like, from day one. Like, she struck when I first took her out of the bag because she'd been traveling in a dark, scary space for the last, 24 hours. Which
I do that right after I got off the plane anyway.
Oh, he's worse. But yeah, once she like calmed down and realized that she was safe, she's been like that, like choice-based from day one, just very, very sweet. Super sweet.
Was actually, so what's funny is her tank, the glass goes in front of the substrate dam, whereas in like the Toad Ranches, the glass kind of goes on top of the substrate dam. So what that means is that she can sit on top of the substrate dam like it's her own personal couch. And she started doing that like immediately, like week one. She's just right at the front of her tank, like not hiding, just being very outgoing and social. She has been like that the whole time.
Yeah.
She's either like the most social boa you've ever met, or she's in shed. Like those are her only two modes.
Yep. And then Sean from Alpha Genetics does really great, like, work with making sure his animals are as docile as can be.
Yep.
So I know someone that has a spicy baby from him, but I think it's just like that was the snake's personality and she just needed to calm down a little bit. It's actually his sister. I can't remember who has her. Someone was talking to me about her. But yeah.
Yeah, I've actually checked in with him like recently. So when I started like learning more and more about genetics, I kind of wanted to make sure I was understanding how stuff would combine, in certain circumstances, and that I was understanding it properly and whatnot. And so with VPI Snows, there was some question about, like, I wasn't sure if it meant he was two different types of albino, because sometimes that can be the case. Like VPI is essentially an albino strain. T positive is an type 1 anery strain, and I wasn't sure if he had some other albino in there as well. So I was like checking with him, and like me just like pinging him, be like, hey, I don't know if you remember us, but blah blah blah. And he's like, no, of course I do. Abby's stuff is fantastic. She's doing a great job. Like, tell her I say hi. Like, he's been like, we don't talk to him all that often, but he's been like very much like kind of in the background watching Tweet grow, and it's been super fun.
Oh, that's cool. So you're doing genetic testing. Cool. Is that similar to the ball python project that they're working on? Because I know that they've been doing that for being able to test for hets, which is pretty cool. Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah. Jason, when we're collecting that for you, do you need to know the strain of albino? Because like with Chihaya, for example, we know that her sheds should be reflecting Indo and purple, but with
the babies,
I guess actually with the babies, we've got it's
gonna be either white or purple.
Yeah, we're pretty sure the babies are actually lavender snows, so they should each have one each purple and white, and then their hets. I think we could have het of either.
Okay, cool. That's what I was wondering, if that's what the ultimate goal was.
Cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, we'll save all kinds of stuff for you.
Yeah, so far we have baby sheds, but we don't know which shed belongs to which baby because they're the egg skin. And obviously they were all together when they started shedding. Yeah. So I don't know who this is. So yeah, we do have lots of het albinos. So if that is the case, we can
help with that too.
Yep. Yeah, all of our 2-year-olds are het albinos. Buddy, you make a good pillow. I don't think they'd let me take them on a plane though. Emotional support boa. Hey, if somebody could take a peacock on a plane,
Someone has taken a peacock on a plane?
pretty sure
Peacocks are ornery.
they are. The babies are great. They all ate no problem, digested no problem. They're all now in their own little independent enclosures.
Yeah.
So they actually are all due to eat again today.
We had one baby on like day one of feeding struck, and we thought they were good to go, and we were putting them in tubs to make sure that we were keeping them separated and they weren't food moding on each other. So she was back in her tub, and we just kind of went about our business, and then turns out she struck it, wrapped it, and then just dropped it, and just forgot to do step 2.
Mm-hmm.
Which had she not been in a tub, we would have noticed that and just kind of waved it at her again. But the second day she was like, oh yeah, now I remember what to do next after that, and then she was fine. So like literally that was
the most problematic one so far.
Yeah.
So I mean, granted, it was the first meal, so we'll see how the second meal goes. But it'll also be a little easier feeding this time around because they're all in their separate neonates. So that makes it a little bit easier.
Yep.
Are you talking about Etoile, Raquel? The little you're talking about our little prolapse baby. She's good. We actually put her in a bioactive yesterday instead of keeping her in paper because it does get a little dry in here. So the bioactives are just super easy to stay nice and humid and they also have the airflow. So I feel like it's just a little easier. And she has options. She can sit on a piece of cork bar. She can just sit on her shelf. She can lay on the substrate, whatever she's comfortable with. So yeah, so far it hasn't been a problem. Cool. Anything known as far as the heads? If it's unknown, like a non-visual baby from a lab, it won't help. Okay, cool.
Gotcha. So we won't give you.
We can send you
our snows.
Yeah, we can send you the snows from the babies, and then we can send you Chihaya and Centauri and Shies because they're all head albino.
Yeah. Any of our non-snows you probably won't help you because they're both unknown strain as well as they're only posset. They're 66% posset.
That's fair. Etoile is a French name. It's the French word for star. Our friend Noelle over at Omega Serpens named her. I actually gave her first right of refusal to name her because she helped so much with getting her prolapse taken care of. So that was the reasoning for that. So yeah.
Yep. I figured, that's what you meant by little star.
Oh, Liz asked a question over on Patreon. Are egg skin sheds about the same thickness as regular sheds, and have any of the babies lost their egg tooth yet? So that's a really good question, Liz. The egg skin seems to be about the same texture and thickness as any other of their, other sheds. They tend to shed their egg tooth with that egg skin shed because they don't need it anymore. So yeah, usually comes off with the first shed. So your only chance to really kind of capture video of that little adorable front tooth that they have, their egg cutting tooth, is before they shed their egg skin. So,
Sorry, I keep missing your questions, Liz. Apparently, I'm looking at Patreon and I see no comments. You have to manually refresh the Patreon in order for the comments to show up. So lesson learned. I will do that now.
We add it. Luckily, the notifications are showing up on my phone. So
splendid.
Yeah.
Go team.
Go team. You're a hungry girl.
She's very exploring.
She is. You can come back over here. Which is good. I need to. We actually have several events coming up, which is super fun. We have a elementary school that they have a little short summer program that's Harry Potter themed. So we always do like a Slytherin themed presentation for the snakes for the middle schoolers there that are at that summer camp, which is super fun. Where you go? Okay. And then so that's 2 weeks in a row, and then we have a thing we're supposed to do at the gym, at our gym that we go to on the 18th. Although I still have to send her stuff and see if I can find her personal email that she gave me. And then we have another event at outdoor place on the 20th. So yeah, lots of fun stuff coming up.
Yes, Potter nerds indeed, Jeremy. Jeremy, you have quite the naming theme going on.
Yeah. There you go, pretty girl. You gonna go onto my laptop?
You and Joe, actually. Joe just got a little, is he Anery?
Mhm.
Newt. Little Anery boy who he's named Newt Scamander, and Newt is going to live with him at his desk, when he's there. Oh, speaking of which, I made a thing. Hang on, let's show you guys.
I didn't even know what he made. I might know when I see it, but I've been so tunnel visioned on school stuff. When I got Law, did she burrow in her substrate? I'm worried about burrowing in a bioactive. So Law is not on a bioactive. She is on paper because of her enclosure. It's just a little too thick and holds humidity too well. So we have the opposite problem with her enclosure. It is her temp enclosure, so eventually she will be on substrate. But I don't think she would burrow because she's very outgoing. He doesn't burrow. He's on substrate. He's never burrowed. So, but I do know some snakes that do. So there's no telling until you actually get the animal home what their behaviors are going to be like. But what you can always do is set up the substrate first with like the isopods and the cleanup crew and see how the animal behaves with like the hides and stuff, and then plant the actual plants later once you know kind of a little bit more about their behavior.
So this is the thing that I made.
I do know about this.
I'm pretty excited about this. So we found these things. I'm actually going
It could be an isopod bin. We've been using it as a baby bin.
Yeah, it's a baby bin at the moment because these little vents that I got, these are 3D printed, where you literally they're two pieces and they screw together. So you just cut a hole with a hole saw. The vent goes in there, and then you just screw the backing on. And now you've got air holes, but they've got like this little honeycomb mesh here, so it's nice and secure. And you also, because the backing kind of clamps up, you don't have kind of the sharp bits of plastic from where you drill an air hole. So I'm gonna once the babies are a little bit more established and can kind of come out and hang out, I'm gonna have a little baby bin up at my desk upstairs so that they can kind of hang out with me occasionally, and that'll be part of their socialization. Is just being my little
assistants.
My little assistants. Jeremy, that is an excellent question. I forget. I will.
He has it.
I have their card upstairs. Yeah. I forgot to bring it down with me. So what I will do is I will post their info on the Patreon thread for today's Snakes and Coffee, and you guys can, if you want to hit them up. They're super cool. It was super easy to install them. I literally just I just found a hole saw. We got a hole saw kit on Amazon that has been one of the best tool finds that Abby ever found, because we use it for these. We use it for the little louvered vents like we have on some of the sides of some of the enclosures. Super handy. But yeah.
These ones wouldn't work super well for isopods because they're the honeycomb's a little too big.
Yeah, too wide.
So the isopods are able to escape. But I think there's a mesh version too that he's talking about. But yeah, they work great for the babies.
Yeah.
Or like travel tubs if you need. We have travel tubs with holes on the lid for most of them. Lids on some of them, the sides of the enclosure for some of them. But we do have tubs for every single animal here. It's part of the emergency plan that we have just in case something happens and we need to evacuate everyone. We have the capacity to do that, which I think is important.
Yeah.
Yep.
But one of the things that's cool about
sure.
doing them on the sides is that if you need to travel with a bunch of animals, right, you can stack the tubs, and one tub isn't blocking the air holes of the ones below it.
Mm-hmm. Are you being active?
Yep. It's a great. It's always just good to have tubs. These aren't the absolute best tubs because they don't actually latch down. Like they have, the ones we have. I think on our Amazon storefront, one of the ones that Abby found actually has 6 latches, one on these sides and then 2 on
the bigger ones,
each of the long
yeah.
sides, which are a whole lot more secure. One of the Annery Motley boys, who is super social, we had him in one of these tubs inside his bioactive after feeding day. Again,
like the next
just
morning.
to keep them separated, and the next morning he was out of the tub, still inside his tank. Thankfully, he and his roommate are like super best friends and constantly like cuddled up together and whatnot. And
not anymore because they're separated.
Not anymore because they're separated.
Yeah.
But we didn't have any altercations between the two of them. But
yeah,
he was able to escape this tub.
Oh, hey Brian. Yeah, the tubs are the vents are awesome and they're super versatile, which is nice. Do you want to put these? I put these guys back and we can give them a tour of the
Baby
finally
time?
finished.
Sure.
Yeah, I posted a video of it yesterday after I finished it when I was still covered in sand. But we need to put these guys back before we go in where the retic babies are and wash our hands and stuff. Buddy, you have me seatbelted into the chair. Hi, I missed you while you were in shed. He's in shed for so long. He doesn't shed very often, which is nice. But when he does go into shed, she's like, no, she doesn't want to go back.
She was
She's like, hey.
trying to stay out. Let me go wash my hands. Take over the chat while you put him back.
Okie dokie. You use easy storage, easy Y tubs that without venting are waterproof 6-lid hatches. Oh, nice. Cool. Yeah, those vent finds were great. Come on, buddy. I know. Oh, thank you, Brian. Yeah, I always forget to ask people to hit the like button. We've just been kind of chit-chatting about random stuff, but we're going to take everyone into the nursery in a second. I did put Centauri and Jahia back on substrate just because it was driving me crazy having them on paper. So we'll see how they do with, I didn't do full bio. I mean, I guess technically it's full bio. There's not a drainage layer. So it should be a little bit easier to spot clean and kind of manage everything in there that we need to, but their enclosures definitely look prettier. Jahia keeps on climbing on her not very well established ruby ficus, so it's looking a little sad, but do you know if the size of the mesh can be smaller? Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. I think they can do, instead of the honeycomb, do the mesh, but I'm not sure. I can't remember if that's the one he was struggling with or not. Or if maybe they can just do the like screwy things and you can screw in like garden fabric mesh or something. Something breathable but tiny.
$80 for 200 dairy cows though?
That's not bad.
It's not? All right.
200? That's a lot of dairy cows.
It's a lot of dairy cows. Raquel, have you tried propagating them on your own? Because if you buy 10 and feed them well, you'll have 200 pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah, dairy cows are pretty
prolific.
Yeah. Pretty much any isopod is pretty prolific if you have the right parameters. Sometimes it can take them, a couple months to really get going. But yeah, we have 2 tubs of dairy cows that are going insane. So yeah, buddy.
And that's even in addition to like the culture in like Stella's tank is
oh my god
thriving.
Yeah, Stella pooped twice.
Stella's been feeding well.
Yeah, she has. She pooped again a couple days ago. Her little face is peeking out. Hi, pretty girl. Are we talking about you? She's definitely going in a shed. They always get that like potato face look. I don't know how to describe it. There's just a look that their face gets when they're going into shed. He looks like Oogway when he's going into shed. It's a boa thing.
Tweet, not me.
I saw my. Come on, buddy. Let's see if I can coax you off the chair. Almost.
All right.
Go. Good boy. Ugh, he's so big. Look at this dude. Chonkers. He hasn't eaten since May 19th. Big, chunky, beautiful boy. You can feel free to unplug my laptop and take him into the nursery.
All right.
Since you're
We're gonna. We do whenever we switch from boas to babies, we do a full, not just hand sanitizer, but full Dawn soap wash because you know, just to be safe, biosecurity, etc., etc. And
You would not think it's been like 3 weeks since you had a meal.
indeed not.
So thick. Good boy, bud.
And your screen's gone black.
When you unplugged it, it did?
Yeah. See if I plug it back in. I can tell that it's still, yeah, there we go. Let me see if I can just adjust display settings before I unplug it.
This list. Okay, where is this? Is it still blacking out?
Yes.
All right, well, why don't we just, here, why don't we do this instead? We can just, oh, wow, it's really cruddy. All right, I'm gonna mute this for a second. We have to mute everybody, and I'm just gonna hop onto my phone.
Her laptop is not enjoying not being plugged into a separate monitor at the moment. So pardon us for just a moment. Where is your microphone button?
So you need to mute both. So all right, we're just gonna do nursery.
Okay.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Cool. All right, so since my laptop has gone to crap, we are on my phone. But we are also in the baby room. So here is the nursery. It's all done. I'm gonna give you my phone actually because I need to wash my hands and stuff still.
Okay. So, biggest thing I still want to change is this hot mess of cables right over here. It's actually very organized. It just looks like a lot because this is the only spot where we have the controls for 2 tanks all in kind of one area. But yeah, I'm trying to pull up the chat on my phone as well. I don't know why I can't see it. Anywho, so since you were asking about Etoile, she is right in there.
He's all curled up and cozy. Aries Jr. is her neighbor. He's also curled up. He's so cute. He's so tiny compared to everybody else.
He really is. But yeah, at this point, everybody has their own bioactive.
Mm-hmm.
We have 4 full stacks.
That stack is a screwed up snack.
Liz says the nursery looks great. We appreciate that.
Cutie, are you awake? Do you want to come out? Hi. Hi. Do you want to come out? You're being on a story. Hi.
Oh, there we go. All right. Brittany's Life says, hey.
Hey.
Raquel says you could do a little cabinet with a solid top for supplies to hide those cables. Raquel, that's actually been my idea. I want to kind of build almost like a radiator register the same way you would hide a radiator to hide the cables. So I might do that.
I know you were exploring minding your own darn business. Clumsy human walks in and pulls you out. You're very cute.
This is one of the Anery Motleys.
This one is a female little girl.
Jason asks, how are the dividers working out and any pushing by the glass?
There's pushing by the glass, but I don't think it's because of the divider. I think it's just because that's where
just retics being retics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have these little
felt strips,
guys, so that helps mitigate any injury they might do.
Yeah.
To their face.
They're actually just little adhesive furniture pads, felt furniture pads. So that helps.
Reversed. I know you were out this morning.
Brian, we thankfully have not needed an electrician just yet.
Yeah, see, look, all the blushing that you saw earlier.
It's all gone.
It's gone. Yeah. Belly button. Hi, pretty girl.
So all of the cable management that I was showing you guys earlier is really just stuff that's plugged into smart strips for the sake of being able to control stuff easier. We haven't had a need to actually rewire anything just yet. If we do, thankfully, from where we are in this room, the main breaker box of the house is right there behind that wall. So if we need to run new outlets to a new circuit so that we have heaters on separate circuits, we're actually in a prime spot in the house to do that. So that is a thankfully easy thing. And Raquel is squealing at Starburst.
She's whoever winds up with her is going to get an amazing animal. She's gorgeous, but she also has she's very
wonderful personality. Yeah, she was the only one awake this morning. So for a while, I was just hanging out with her this morning while Ivy was hanging out with Shy. Just being very outgoing.
Mm-hmm. Hi. Oh my gosh, all little faces are peeking out. Hello, please.
Here's another one of the. Well, this is a platy anery, not a platy anery motley.
Is this one of the females? Yeah.
Yeah.
The platy anery female. Hi, pretty girl.
So I don't know if we told you guys this, but the platy anery motleys.
No bite.
So the mini Stellas, essentially. Platy anery motleys in this clutch are all female, and there's 4 of them. So kind of surprising that they're all female, but it's like they're literally just trying to be little Stella clones.
She has a couple tokens on her.
We've got it. The platy aneries are really, really
Those
pretty.
are really gorgeous, yeah.
Yeah, they've got some really cool colors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for a 2G animal, they're just really, really pretty.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Kind of got this mix of greens and pinks. It's very cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're khaki colored right now, khaki and pink.
Raquel says, have they learned their dad's trick with the locks yet?
No, thank goodness.
No, they have not, thankfully.
I hear them trying sometimes. Yeah.
Brian says, you guys have beautiful enclosures. Absolutely stunning. Thank you very much, good sir.
I feel like Toad Ranch gets the majority of that credit. They're just a really beautiful aesthetic, as PVC.
Yeah, one of the things that Toad Ranch does really well is that the way that the front panels are built, there's no screws that are visible on the front because they all go into the sides where there's a kind of a lip, which is a really cool way of doing it.
Girl, she's one of the more defensive ones. But she's a good girl.
Actually, this is another platy anery. Is that another one of the females on the right-hand side? Little reflection.
Oh, that's the female. Sorry, the one that I had out was one of the males.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, so
Here's the female.
platy anery males and 1 or 2 females.
do. And yeah, and then I think our holdback boy, let's see, he's over here. Couldn't remember which stack.
Yeah, he's right here. He's in the back. Hi, buddy. Come here. You got yourself a little burrow situation going on, huh, bud?
Yeah, this is our holdback.
Hi, handsome.
He's been coming out of his shell a little bit more and more.
Hi.
Yeah, he's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
A little shy at first. He only tagged me once.
Hi.
Something that I did not know, literally until Abby told me this morning. Did y'all know that snows blush?
Garrett was talking about that when he was here sexing him. That wasn't the first time we heard it. Miss Garrett was talking about it.
All right, well then I don't listen when Garrett talks.
Maybe the first time we listened.
Yeah, there it is.
Me.
So yeah, when you hold them, the warmth of your hand, like kind of, I guess the increased blood flow literally makes them blush, similar to the way we blush.
Yeah, it can be a little disconcerting because it looks like they have like almost bruising on
Yeah.
them, or like mottled, but it's not. It's just the blood flow.
Yep.
Yeah, well, buddy.
Liz was asking if we have a name for him yet.
Not yet.
We do not.
What do you want to be named?
I was looking up some of the names of Himalayan mountains. I thought that would be good names for
snows.
good names for snows. Not like K2. We need prettier names, but. And Raquel asked, did you guys already did you buy the house already with the plan of turning this area into the snake area? Yeah, we absolutely did. With the amount of snakes that we had when we were looking at houses, we kind of hit a point where I was like, you know what? In order to really build the snake room the way that you want it to be, we need to find a house with a finished basement, because that's like the only time that you would have like a big enough room that's just kind of like one big open area. On main levels, all of the rooms are like all chopped up. So yeah, when we saw this house, we were like, well, I don't know why they carpeted the reptile room, so clearly that's going to have to go. But other than that, we knew that it would be pretty ready for.
Yeah, the tiles we installed after we moved in. Because it was carpet.
Yeah, that was a fun project.
Are you being sarcastic?
A little bit.
Okay. It was a tedious project.
Yeah. But a good one though, because the tiles are in general holding up pretty well against an awful lot of weight and stuff like rolling we have a pallet jack that we can use to move these stacks around if we have to. So like I had to pull this stack out the other day to wire all of the lights and thermostats behind it. So big old industrial pallet jack on these tile floors, they're holding up. So definitely a good decision.
Anybody else?
Yeah, any other requests? I think we've pulled out a Anery Motley, Platy Anery, one of the snows.
Platinum snow?
Platy snow. Oh yeah, regular snow, platy snow.
Yeah, Starburst is
The lavender snow, yep. And then I guess the only other kind of difference another one we've got would be a
Stella Junior.
A Stella Junior. Are you getting a Platy Anery Motley?
Hi, pretty girl. You're underneath all your sticks. Are you awake?
Hi, sweetie pie. I'm curious to see how. So this one is one of the
pairs that were like just super buddy with each other. So I'm curious to see. I'm sure they'll eat just fine. But hi, gorgeous. What you doing? Hi. So this is one of the Stella Juniors. Yeah. Yeah, the Platinum Annery Motleys really do look like just like mom. Can you say hello to the people? She's like, man, I was just waking up. I had my coffee. Where are you going?
Brian was asking if we use slate in any of our enclosures for basking spots.
Not in any of the neonate enclosures because they have these nifty shelves that get warm enough. But in the other enclosures we do. And I have a slate slab in all 3 of the yearlings. I think I took a slate slab out of Aries' house.
Because Aries also has the shelves.
Yeah.
So he kind of doesn't need it.
Yeah, I mean the 2-year-olds have shelves as well, but they seem to like the slate slabs too, so I kind of keep them in there.
Yeah, so
it is nice because you can keep the ambient temp a little bit lower. And it gives them some belly heat.
Yep. In fact, what we've got over here in Indy's tank.
It's so messy, you guys. I apologize.
Well, we actually just put this garden box in here so that we're trying to see if she'll eat straight from the living plants. So when we're on vacation, we don't need to worry about it. But those are little basket hides that she's on right now. So so that's actually a slate top to the basket hide. So Toad Ranch makes those, and you can get them as part of the basket hide, right? Where like that's what they look like, with the opening there. Or you can just get them as straight basking slates, like what Chai has right there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're great for retaining ambient temp and all of that jazz.
Yep. All right, y'all. Well, it is 4:02. I need to go fix my laptop because it is slowly dying. I need to make sure that I have it for tomorrow. Let's have 2 more papers to write before we leave for Chicago on Wednesday.
Okay.
So.
I can help with nerdy laptop things, but.
Cool.
All right. Cheers, all.
Yeah. Thanks for joining, and we'll catch you next weekend.
Bye.
Bye.